the Roxbury Education Association. We now stand at 602 days and counting that we've been working under the terms of an expired contract. At the last board meeting, and again tonight, several comments made regarding the board's proposed salary guides were again incorrect or intentionally misleading, and I must address them at this time. For the last 3 years, the members of the association and its leadership have worked long and hard to repair some of the damage from the past and rebuild a sense of trust between the district administration and the association. We have proactively worked together under that trust to solve problems and create a level of understanding between the two groups that was beneficial to everyone, but most importantly, to the students of the Roxbury school system. This board has, in one fell swoop, in the matter of one night, managed to destroy all of that hard work and any progress that had been made towards establishing any level of trust between the two parties. This board's choice to post confidential negotiation proposals and corresponding settlement information has negated any level of trust that we might have had. You claimed that because we signed a memorandum of agreement, there was no longer a gag order in place. That is simply not true. From the beginning, both sides agreed to keep the negotiations and each party's proposals confidential until such time that both sides had the opportunity to present a complete settlement package to their respective parties and allow each group to then vote on that completed package. We have always negotiated in that way. The neutral third-party fact finder reminded us of that the evening we signed the memorandum of agreement, the agreement he still retains jurisdiction over. The association has abided by that agreement. We have not shared any part of the agreement or any subsequent proposals with our membership, nor with the public. This is a practice that both parties had always practiced prior to this board's actions. This is a practice shared by all parties who participate in the negotiations process and uphold its sacred tenets. It is what allows the process to succeed. It requires trust between both parties. This board chose to break both the trust of the association and the confidential nature of negotiations by not only speaking of the proposals and the rationale for creating the teacher salary guides that they did, but they then chose to publicly post not only their point of view regarding the two proposals, but also chose to publicly post what were confidential proposals on its website in the hopes of changing the outcome of the negotiations process. This type of outrageous behavior is completely unacceptable to our association and has also created a complete lack of trust in this Board of Education. The board claimed that they did not understand why we thought their guides were bad for our members, and we were told they needed clarification. The board claimed that they thought we were having a meeting to discuss the guides 2 weeks ago. Again, I do not know where they got that information. When I was asked about considering whether or not to meet with them and have this conversation, I clearly stated more than once that I would meet with my team, and as a group, we would decide whether or not we wanted to participate in a meeting where no decisions would be made regarding the two guides. Why would we want to attend another meeting where nothing would be accomplished? We made it clear to the board when responding to the request of a meeting that this board had more than ample opportunity to ask for clarification. Why in the last 4.5 months since they were presented our guides did this board not once reach out to me to ask their questions or even ask for clarification if they really didn't understand? Why, after we again reached out to the fact finder asking him to return to the district and assist in the resolution of this last issue, did the board come to the conclusion that they now had questions and needed clarification? This board claims to not understand why their guides are bad for our members. Let me make the reasons perfectly clear. Though it is true that the board has thrown money at those steps at the top of the guide and those at the bottom of the guide, and some members may benefit in the short term, the board's proposed guides create several scenarios that will hurt all, yes, all of our members in the long term. Firstly, the board added unnecessary steps at the top of the guide, therefore preventing every member from making movement on the guide towards the maximum salary. Our current salary guide now has 17 steps. The state average is 16 steps. With the board's proposed guide, it will move up to 20 steps. Not one teacher will move one step closer to reaching that maximum salary level. To explain this more clearly, it means that if you were one step away from reaching maximum salary at the beginning of this contract, at the end of 3 years, you will still be one step away from reaching maximum salary. This hurts all of our members in the long-term earning potential. Let me state that another way. The board's proposed salary guides lead to a lower cumulative earning over a teacher's career. Lower cumulative earnings over a career? Wonder who gets that unearned money. Number 2, the board guides create a massive devaluation by thousands of dollars in the middle of the guide every year of the proposed guides. This means that those teachers on the many steps in the middle of the salary guide will earn less than those before them each and every year of the contract, and those at the bottom will never have the opportunity to earn what those teachers ahead of them on the guide currently earn. Again, this hurts all of our members, both during the length of the contract and throughout their careers in the terms of long-term earning potential. Again, lower cumulative earnings over a career. Number 3, this board claims that the association's salary guides are skewed. That's their word, skewed. Actually, the association's salary guides are based on the current salary guides. The current salary guides that have been created by agreement of the parties, both parties, together in the past negotiations over many years. This board doesn't state at any time during the entire negotiations process, and did they ever mention once to us that they wanted to change the structure of the teacher salary guides. Not once, not at any time. Not until we received the board's proposed salary guides nearly 2 months after we presented our salary guides to them, did we learn that this board intended to make major changes in salary guide structure. This tactic is unconscionable. It defies the normal negotiations process. It creates distrust. I want to be perfectly clear. With the settlement we achieved, there is no need to add steps. Everyone can move to the next step on the salary guide, one step closer to the maximum salary, and everyone will receive a raise. For these and other reasons, the guides that this Board of Education has proposed were and continue to be unacceptable to the association. This board's salary guides are divisive for our members and therefore cannot and will not be accepted by the REA. This board's salary guides are beneficial only to the board, not our members. Once again, the association requests that this board accept the association's proposed guides and finalize this settlement. It needs to be finished. If not, we will see the board on March 17th when the third-party neutral fact finder returns to the district for our scheduled meeting between the parties. Thank you.